All right, we got ourselves another Hyte Y60 here. This computer came in this morning. It's a brand new computer from CyberPower. And when I say brand new, he's had it less than a week. And the CPU cooler is grinding quite badly. So we're going to swap it for one that I have here in my office. This is going to take a little bit. Getting this cooler installed, actually not as straightforward as you'd think. So here's our cooler. And the way you have to install this cooler is actually from the bottom. So this plate is sandwiched in between the cooler, the actual radiator, and the fans. So getting this out, actually a little bit of a pain in the butt. But other than that, it should be pretty straightforward. We have to get all of these screws off on this. This is the second Y60 that I've worked on this week. Last one was white.
Hey, thanks for checking out this video. If you like these videos, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. It really, really helps the channel.
And then this little guy comes out. And then I'll get to lay this thing down and you guys will see what I'm doing. I'm hoping beyond hope that I'm not going to have to remove the remove too much stuff to get this out. Because what can happen is there's physically not enough room for me to get in there and remove some of the screws. And like the only way to get to them is by removing the motherboard. So we're gonna find out. All right, so here's our Y60. Let's get this laid down. Yeah, there's two screws down here that are physically impossible to get to without completely removing the motherboard. So I don't know. This is gonna be something. So that comes off. That's just the ring. Yeah, and there's, you know what? Here, this one actually, they did this right. Let's see if these screws actually do what they're supposed to do, which is remove this plate for the radiator. So we got 6 screws up top here. I think this must be the updated Y60. The last one I worked on like 2 days ago actually didn't have the removable radiator plate. Oh, this will make this so much easier. Like I'm breathing a sigh of relief. Look at that. Boom. So let's start. Let's see if these are loose enough for me to use my electric screwdriver. You know, yesterday was Black Friday, or today is Black Friday. Yesterday was Thanksgiving, excuse me, and there was a more powerful version of my screwdriver up for sale on Amazon. And I was like, maybe I just get that. Well, we'll see how well this does. Nah, I'm gonna have to crack all of these. And then we have to undo all of the wiring. Man, these screws do not want to loosen. What the heck? No, it looks like I'm just doing this by hand all the way down. It is 100% under warranty. He doesn't want to wait. All right, so we got that. Get the rest of these screws pulled out of here. That was my first words out of my mouth to the guy. Is like, hey, you're completely under warranty with them. You should absolutely try and use it. Not gonna argue with the guy. Like, and I'm not gonna turn down getting some parts sold out of my shop and recouping some money that I put in a while ago. That unplugged. That unplugged. In theory, we can use the fans that his came with if we wanted to. We got our plate. We'll see if this is the same plate that I have here. No, slightly different. Okay. All right, so this is going to be a little bit of a challenge. So all three of these fans go into this. Let's get that clipped up. And all three of these go into the header. And if he wants these fans, he can have those fans. So, what are we replacing this with? We're replacing this with a Corsair H150i Elite Capellix. Nope, this is the non-Capellix. So this is just your regular old Elites with these super high airflow rate fans. And these are low vibration, high power. High power? High airflow. High power. Alright. And this, similar to the one that we're taking off of there, is all done with a single cable. And that should be everything. We need this. We do not need the thread ripper retention stuff. So here's our, oh, I guess I did have it. It's our LGA 1700 thing. AM4. Screws. So let's start off. Let's get this bracket installed. It should be this one, I believe. Yep. That. Intel LGA 1700. Stand this up. We're going to get our posts screwed in. This is exciting. The only problem is I can't really see where I'm going over here. Get that finger tight for now. Ugh, this guy vapes. All right. So that bracket's in there. That, and we need to tighten these down all the way. Make sure it sits nice and firm. You can see it moving around. Don't tell me this thing is stripped. Oh, there we go. So he's got a long way to spin to be all the way down. All right, there we go. All right, that's on there. Next, this should already be set up for 1700, which it is. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this pulled off of here. There's already thermal paste on there. I'm gonna leave that thermal paste on there. We're just gonna add some more. Because Corsair does that thing where they just skim it, so. Alright, so this is going to go on here same way. It's going to go like this. So this will go through here. Alright, we're good. Here we go. Screws. Should probably recommend this guy try the couple Thermal Grizzly products. I need to try a couple Thermal Grizzly products myself. I'm gonna probably early next year, after the new year, because usually this time of year my build schedule gets quite busy. I'm gonna get some of the Thermal Grizzly Cryonaut pads, and then I'm also gonna get one of their brackets for the 13 series, and then pull apart my loop and replace those components and see how well it actually performs. Okay, so now this bracket goes here. It's actually really nice. I like this. Like I said, I think this is an updated design, because previously mine, the one that I built in, did not have that function. Alright, so we're gonna go like, we can go either way actually. Do we want it more towards the front, or do we want it more towards the back? Let's move it more towards the front. And then these. Ooh, this guy can only go in one place, so it's going here. Alright, and with these, we will use my electric screwdriver just to get everything started. Now, normally, we end up having to use washers on these. Well, because of this metal plate and the way that this all is going to go back in there, we don't have to use any washers. So that's just a little bit of a time save on that. So we got that down, that down, down, down. The nice thing about using like an electric screwdriver like this to install all of these screws is that you won't over tighten anything like this, because the electric screwdriver physically does not have the power to, you know, outmaneuver or overset these screws or to strip them, because it just spins to a stop, which you can hear, which is kind of nice. All right, and now I'm not sure what this was. We're gonna leave that there. I think that's the MSI thing. All of these fan cables are just gonna go 1, 2, 3. This lines up. These are our screws for this. Magnetize this just a wee bit. Screw one in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, and 6. All right, now we got to worry about this cable, because this is the cable that does everything. It's one of the ones that has just the simple like USB-C on the end of it, the 90. Well, we just come up like, gonna make sure we keep our cable management on this looking clean, seeing as this whole build is actually pretty clean. There's not enough space for me to squeeze it in between there. So it's just gonna be, it's gonna look kind of like that, which, wait a second. My chair go up anymore? Yes, it can. Go up just a little bit more. The problem with doing this is if he puts more memory in it, man, this is going to be tight regardless if he puts more memory in it. If he puts more memory in it, it'll be fine. looking at that now. Like, my best choice would be to create a loop. I'll show you guys what I'm doing. Going the opposite direction. Just out of pure caution, because I don't want to create a situation where we're going to do that. There we go. I don't want to create a situation where we're putting such a large amount of torque on this connector that it just breaks because the guy just wanted to install some more memory. All right, let's flip this over and look at our connectors. For our connectors, we're going to have a fan header, which is going to go to the motherboard. We have a USB, which is going to go to the motherboard. We have a SATA power, which I'm going to have to find hopefully something in here that has SATA power that I can use. Yeah, there's one. And then we have our 1, 2, and 3 fans for the CPU cooler. So I'm going to do something a little bit strange for me. I'm going to leave the factory little cable ties on here because it has to go such a short distance. No reason to undo something that's already done, you know, semi-professionally from the manufacturer. And it's still like, that still looks good and it doesn't take up a lot of room. This cable needs to go back out onto the front. So this just needs to go literally just up and over. This cable is going to go here to that connector. And then this cable has to go out the bottom and possibly up. I just need to see. Yeah, there's a little spot. All right, let's get this. I really hope I don't have to remove the video card to do this. I know you guys can't see this. It's an awkward angle. And like me getting this plugged in is slightly more important than putting this part on video. Why can I not get to there? What is going on? All right, there's part 1. And then part 2 is going to go there we go. All right, so we have the cable coming up right here. And I need, where is my flashlight? I need to see. Oh, here it is. I need to make sure I'm plugging this into a USB header. That's the second part. All right, we're going to stand up slightly. Rotate this around. And in. Okay. That is connected up. And then the last one I need to do is this cable that's coming up the front just needs to go to the CPU fan header, which is CPU fan header, which is right there. And that's it. We're all installed. Let's give it a... And even doing like little to no cable management, this thing's still going to look good because iBuyPower actually did a pretty good job cable managing this. Let me do a little bit. We'll zip tie all of these kind of like they did. We're going to put them right there because, you know, I just can't leave well enough alone. If I have the option to use zip ties, you better well know that I'm going to. So that are all going to get zip tied there. There's that. That cable is going to be fine. Let's do some looping here. This cable is the power. Can I go under? I think I'm going to try and go under with this cable. I want this cable to stay by itself over there. Let's have this cable go under this bundle and plug in. So that's fine. Like I said, I want that one to stay kind of free. And then what we'll do is we're going to go to where there's already a cable managed. Thank you, Emily. Get to it in just a second. Do not touch your core clock offsets. It adjusts how fast your processor goes. All right. Yeah, it's not something, unless you know what you're doing, you don't touch that, Em. All right. Now that is cable managed. Said don't touch that. It adjusts how fast the CPU runs, and if you mess something up with that, you kill your CPU. All right, there we go. Easily managed. Just flip this guy over. We're going to stand it up in the orientation to turn it on for the first time, because we want to make sure if there's any air bubbles in there, we get them out of here. There we go. This guy's gonna love this. It's dead quiet. All installed, and that's it. That's how quickly these swaps can be done. Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you liked that video, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And I stream daily on Twitch at twitch.tv/SpecVengeance. And yeah, if you want to learn more about my services, check out Bradenton PC Repair.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.